Hey, my name's Robbie, and I'm at Orange Blossom Studio in Phoenix, and I'm going to take you through a song I produced last year called Reptilian Overlords by Twin Envy. So let's just start with the drums. We recorded these drums in Tucson at a studio there called St. Cecilia. For this EP, I knew that I wanted two different drum sounds, so we set up two separate drum kits, sort of like a lo-fi kit and a hi-fi kit. The lo-fi kit was a vintage Ludwig, and the hi-fi kit was a newer Tama. Depending on the song and the part in the song, that kind of determined what the drum sound was going to be. Okay, so this is the first kit that we recorded. This is sort of the lo-fi kit. So it's just a single kick. It's a snare up, snare down. There aren't a lot of toms. Then there's a mono like kit mic that's just kind of like set out, not necessarily a room mic, but just kind of gathering the whole kit. Then there's a mono overhead, and then stereo rooms. The stereo rooms are the same stereo rooms that we used for the other kit. So the kits were facing each other, and we just set up a stereo pair halfway between both kits and just used them on both. So let's take a listen. All right, and then we have this big shaker and a tambourine. Another element that I add a lot to these songs and a lot of kind of productions that I do is this kind of weird thing that I made a couple years ago, and it's the sound of an instrument cable getting plugged into a guitar, and it's just the pop sound of that. It kind of sounds like static. I'm going to turn it up so you can hear it. It just sounds like noise. But then when you add an amp and a spring reverb, it kind of turns into a percussion element. So here's what it sounds like with the drums. Okay, moving on. Pre-chorus. These are the drums in the pre-chorus. This is the moment in the song where everything goes like crazy mono and really small. It just sounds like every guy in Guitar Center trying to play cool drums. But that's actually a Teletone Audio drum sound. It's called Tempo. And yeah, I just programmed it with MIDI. And then that leads us to the chorus. So this is his second drum set. This is the Tama. I say lo-fi and hi-fi. I realize how not necessarily hi-fi this really is, but compared to the other one, it is. And in the chorus, we have a bunch of percussion. We've got a tambourine, we've got some claps, we've got a castanet, and then like an extra cymbal. So those sound like this. And then with the drums, it all sounds like this together. So in the bridge, we have like a drum machine. When it comes to actual like drum machines, I like to just kind of hand program it in Pro Tools myself. And so that's what this sounds like. Okay, and here's the bass. Here's what's going on. So there's a dry bass that has a little distortion on it. And the spring reverb is just the wet. There's no bass in the pre-chorus, but then there is bass obviously in the chorus, and it kind of gets rid of the groove and just goes more to like a straight part. All right, let's see what else is going on in this intro. We've got electric guitar left. Pretty simple. Electric guitar right. just unapologetically Interpol. The clean guitar was recorded with a Vox Night Train, and the stab guitar was recorded with a Fender DeVille, I believe. That's the intro. Then they come back in for the pre-chorus, same thing. And then they basically play the same part, just kind of more opened up for the chorus. All right, let's see what else is going on in this intro. Looks like we got some keys. Yeah. Yeah, so those are just Arturia keys of some kind. I can't remember what they are. I think they're the ARP keyboard. And then I just added some baby comeback for the delay. And it just bounces left and right. And then the new sound in the chorus is this kind of organ, like pad. And then there's like a honky-tonk piano that matches the guitar part. And then the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is pretty stripped down. These are all just Mellotron sounds from the Arturia Mellotron. So it's just flutes, and then it sounds like bells and piano. Again, just unashamedly magical mystery tour. Like, you know, we're not trying to fool anybody with who we're influenced by. Everybody wants a perfect picture. Now the bridge. Let's look at the bridge. The bridge has a synth bass. The real bass goes away. The synth bass takes its place. Then it has these layers of like noise guitar, just panned way out left and right, and they're not actually playing like notes. They're just, like it says, they're making noise. Yeah, it's just really like trying to keep it ambient and simple, just so the Alan Watts clip is, not getting interfered with. So there's the noise guitars, and then there's just a pad. And then the clip.
Forget the money. Because...
Yeah, then everything together.
Forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money...
So that's all the musical elements. Oh, I am forgetting one here. This is in the verse. So that is just like a honky-tonk piano sound. Nothing crazy. And it just goes up the scale, F minor, landing on an F. And then it's got some crazy modulation with this cool plugin called Sketch Cassette. After it's printed, I have some flanger on it that's moving incredibly fast. And then some Echo Boy with the Space Echo on it. He just has rests in his verse. And so I felt like it just kind of needed something to fill those gaps. The other thing that happens in the second verse that makes it kind of interesting is this part here. Musically is just a drop. So everything drops out and we just have this kind of like Twilight Zone sounds. The first one sounds like this. Just a UFO landing. And the second one sounds like this. And then the second part, it's just the room mics of the drums. So the drop happens. The aliens land, and then the phaser and flanger do their thing, and then everything kind of comes back together. So that's that for the instrumentals. Yeah, let's dive into what the vocals are doing. Verse is pretty straightforward. It's just a double. For Twin Envy, we're going for that, mid-2000s Foxygen, Cage Elephant kind of thing. And so we double all the vocals.
Ready for another day. All these years we waited for a sound, we made it.
Tons of effects. There's definitely flanger on there. There's definitely slapback delay on there. There's definitely spring reverb on there.
All them lies making chill skies.
And then with background vocals.
Chernobyl say our souls a price we pay for ethanol.
And then the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is that moment where everything goes mono.
'Cause everybody wants a perfect picture. Everybody wants a steak for dinner.
All right, moving on to the chorus. I need it. Let's see what he's doing.
They need it right now. They need it. Yeah, right this very minute. Need it.
Some could argue that his doubles don't match. I don't really care. Like, as a producer, as an engineer, as a whatever, like, artist, like, that doesn't bother me at all. If it's egregiously distracting, yes, I will change it and we'll do another take. Maybe that's not for every artist, but for this project and this sound and this style, yeah, that's the right move for this. All right, let's see what else we've got in the vocal area. Oh, we just have, this is just a combination of he and I doing the kind of main guitar riff. So that's just basically like doing this. Last, I think, is just that first part of the chorus at the end, and there's his main vocal.
'Cause everybody wants a perfect picture. Everybody wants a steak.
And then there's some background vocals which haven't been there before.
'Cause everybody wants a perfect picture.
Everybody wants a steak for
Dinner.
Both of us trying to do our very best Julian Casablancas.
'Cause everybody wants a perfect picture. Everybody wants a steak for dinner.
So yeah, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. You can like and subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Instagram, Orange Blossom Studio PHX, and we'll see you on the next video.